So, what is conceptual art and how does it apply to me? That's a very good question. I think it can be brought up. I don't think anybody's, um, well, yeah, get your disadvantaged people with intellectual disabilities, and that may not apply to them. We just have to take care of them. But maybe some of them. I think conceptual art applies to everyone. Everything is a concept. Vermeer's a concept. Leonardo's a concept. De Churco's a concept. African art is a concept. Japanese. Who did the wave? That guy's so funny. He changed his name like 30 times. The personal lives of artists can somewhat be engaging to the kids. I think art history will keep kids coming to school if you do a little bit of that. And your teachers can just get a video. The information is right there, but if you don't know about it, if you don't know, how will you look it up? How would you find if it's interesting? You've got John Cage, conceptual artist. You got Martha Graham. I love the birdcage. With everything is concept. There's nothing that's not concept. And challenging concept is okay. It's okay. People say all the time, do your dogs bite? And this is usually from a poor black neighborhood. And I'm like, well, they could. They haven't yet. The little one gets upset sometimes. But to get a dog and say it's not going to bite is crazy. You live in a false sense of security. And I will say that about the dogs that were bred to bite. My dogs are retrievers. And they're so messed up in our mutt, they don't even know how to retrieve. The little one plays a game with me. She'll go get the ball and throw it back to me. So we play ball together. It's not just she's retrieving. She wants to play ball. It's never ending. It's ever expanding. And it's earth shattering to realize you're a conceptual artist. What is your concept? Every child in every city of the world is an artist. It is our job as the adults to help them hone their concept. Einstein was an artist, and he honed his mathematical skills to the point that it was very imaginary art that panned out financially for him and everything else. People love Einstein. He's funny. I think if we look at the world as art, that will give us a step up to make it a better world. We're all artists. It's a new kind. We're all artists. In the past, we wanted to be exclusive so that people would pay money for our art. Trust me, I get that. I can't sell painting anywhere. So, what a show. When everyone is a conceptual, what a show. Every child, every parent, there's your art. Your child is your art. Hairdressers are artists, cake decorators, road crew. You're making art. I'm not sure I like the asphalt. I don't like it, in fact. I don't like it at all. I think it's ugly. It's just disgustingly ugly, and I'm sorry we couldn't figure out a better way. Maybe in the future we will. I see architecture now that's not an art. What about trade school for craftsmanship, Ralph, and Virginia and Gates? Let's bring back trade. Let's bring back timely methods of making craft. You want a slow population? The quality. How speedy and fast can we blindly run into so much pollution and that we're causing cancer? It takes ethics. It takes ethics of community to make the corporation step up to the plate and do the ethical thing for money. I'm not against capitalism. I want to build bamboo all over the world and hemp for carpets. Just a problem is these wall-to-wall plastic carpets, and they have to be replaced, and they all go into the landfill. You cannot recycle them. So my concept is take that down to South America and grow those things. Release the cartel from any kind of interaction of government and cartel for drugs. That's the problem. And then, Ralph, people go home. I would, honestly, if my roots were in South America and it was so violent, I'd have to leave too. But if I went home and it was a nice atmosphere, reasonably priced, houses, education, healthcare. But with all the violence and drugs, you've got to stop that. I mean, that has become a phenomenon in the past few years of just how many people are unhappy and taking drugs. And the other thing is mental health. I'm not sure what that is. I know what chemical imbalance is. So some people need psychological help, but why would that be a surprise? People are like, oh, you have, why are we so surprised when something is sick or goes wrong chemically in our brain? Or we've had terrible, horrific situation, like say my friend, his mother committed suicide. He can't even begin to accept that his mother committed suicide and his dad died of alcoholism. It's too difficult, too painful. He doesn't want to look at it. He can't look at it. How could my mom abandon me? But she did. And I told him, I said, I tried to commit suicide, and angst, just the depression and the panic attacks, and there's no help. The more we talk about it and share and not run and hide like I'm crazy, that's disengaging us from society and community. And that's not going to work. It's making things worse and worse to not seek or get treatment. And I do think all these people agreeing to do drug counseling or psychiatric help, we could get them off the street. I mean, 5 people can live in an efficiency if they have to, but you could get them all over the country in different communities that will allow a few of them. And they have to be drug tested and in a program. And there is some point where people can't do that and they just die on the street. They're too far gone. I mean, I have ideas for that too, but nobody will do it. I'm just give them a place to sleep until they die. Don't judge them so harshly. And, I was talking to this guy, the upper middle class guy, and he's like, he didn't think mentally ill people could get help. He's like, they just won't get help. And I told him, I said, I did. It was balls to the walls, Frula. It was like, I was afraid I would lose my child if I didn't see a psychiatrist because they were telling me that I needed to. I was like, no, I don't. And I thought, they will take my daughter. So I started going to the counselor and getting medicine. And over a course of a number of years, a few months really, I saw that they were right, that I don't get as sick with my bipolar if I'm in the care of a doctor. And why would you expect someone with a heart condition to not see a doctor or not have setbacks or not go in the hospital? A heart attack, you go and visit them. It's the same with a brain attack. It's just a brain attack. Yeah, go support and love the person.